If we want something, we need to cheat our body to feel the joy and happiness as if it has already happened. It has become more common knowledge that our feelings are the actual energy that attracts our reality. But even though we know that, why do so many people still struggle with their lives? When things happen to us, we tend to give the outer environment the blame for those events. But according to the law of attraction, we attracted those things ourselves. Tony Robbins once said, "Energy flows where attention goes." So if your thoughts and feelings are in a constant frequency of joy and happiness, your reality will match that frequency. But some people are more likely to have their energetic frequency stuck at lower levels of energy. The real questions are why and how to avoid it. In this video, you will learn what Chaldean Numerology can be used for. I will go through some basic chemistry and a physics experiment that will help you understand how numerology works. Towards the end of the video, you will have the knowledge you need to understand why some people struggle more to manifest than others. So if you think that sounds exciting, this video is definitely for you. Chaldean Numerology is an ancient knowledge that is based on the premise that everything is energy, as I also mentioned in my previous intro video. The Chaldean Numerology is a system of decoding the meaning of numbers and number combinations. Certain numbers are more significant than others, like we are able to write this hex code and know that it represents exactly this color. Numerology has a very clear definition of each of the 9 main archetypes, and another very clear definition of each of the higher numbers. These descriptions don't change, which is why it is possible to read a person you have never met based on their birthday and name. Their behavior is set in stone, and so is the formula to decode and convert their numbers into descriptions we understand. Chaldean Numerology is the most complex and accurate tool that can be used to give deep psychological insights about a person, company, or character to reveal their life purpose, personality traits, talents, potentials, and much more. Some people use numerology as a tool for self-discovery and personal growth, while others use it to make predictions of the future or even to reprogram the future. When we change our name, we change parts of our energy and thereby our personality and direction in life, which our euros are based on. Our euros determine our future energies. By developing a knowledge and understanding of the numbers that create our chart, as well as our past, present, and future, we are able to understand ourselves on a much deeper level and time our energies so we focus on the right things at the right time, and use our energies in the best possible way to create optimal flow and attract abundance into our lives. Knowledge is power, right? When I went to school, I loved chemistry, especially the periodic table. I loved how beautiful all the elements fit into such a simple and perfect system. And I'm sharing this with you because I think it's very relevant to the subject of numerology. Like the elements that have similar behavior are put in groups together, the same is done in numerology. 1 has similar behavior as 10, 19, and so on, while 2 has similar behavior as 11, 20, and so on. The more I learned about numerology, the less I understood why it isn't considered a science like chemistry and physics. My long-term goal is that it will be, and that is why I make these videos where I share my knowledge about numerology and mix it with my passion for science. So how does numerology work? Einstein once said, "Everything is energy, and that's all there is to it. Match the frequency of the reality you want, and you cannot help but get that reality. It can be no other way. This is not philosophy, this is physics." The interesting thing about that quote is how well it resonates with the Chaldean Numerology, which assigns numerical values to the letters of the alphabet based on the vibration and energy they are believed to produce. Each letter is assigned a specific number value from 1 to 8. The numerical values of the letters are then added together to create a word or name. Our names vibrate with specific frequencies which form a vibrational pattern with the numbers from our birthday. All the numbers have very long and accurate descriptions of how they manifest into our lives. They determine who we are, how we think, and what we attract into our lives unconsciously. That is why some people naturally think more positive than others and are more likely to become successful, while others have significantly more negative thoughts, obstacles, and struggles they are dealing with. All numbers contain a spectrum of both positive and negative qualities. Some numbers are defined as imbalanced because they tend to draw out more of the negative sides of the number itself and its surrounding numbers. But the numbers interact with our individual consciousness, so their expression depends on who uses them and how. Often we experience a combination of balanced and imbalanced qualities in the numbers that influence us. In good periods, we will mostly express the positive and balanced qualities of our numbers, but our energetic frequency easily gets stuck at lower levels of energy when our numerology chart is represented by many numbers that are considered imbalanced in the Chaldean Numerology. A person with a huge amount of these numbers will be more likely to develop depression, stress, and other health problems than a person with a more balanced chart. And now it's time for the experiment I wanted to share with you. The resonance experiment involves creating different patterns on a metal plate by using sound waves on different frequencies. Fine powder such as sand or salt is sprinkled onto the plate. This experiment is based on the concept of resonance, which is a phenomenon that occurs when an object is forced to vibrate at its natural frequency by an external force. As the frequency of the sound wave changes, the vibration of the plate changes as well, creating different patterns in the powder. That is similar to how you should understand Chaldean Numerology. Each of our names have a very specific frequency, and if you change any of the names or even just one letter, it will change the frequency and thereby also the pattern. Chaldean Numerology can be used to match a person's wishes by changing the names, so the overall chart attracts exactly those wishes. Even though Einstein probably didn't know about numerology, it is still true what he stated, that everything is energy, and when you match the frequency of the reality you want, you cannot help but get that reality. If you want to know more about the Chaldean Numerology chart, be sure to watch out for my next video.